Welcome to this time's test review number 17. Believe it or not, we're almost there for semester exams. Oh my goodness gracious, the year's going by so quickly and you will miss me so much, I know. Anyways, alright, so let's get into this and let's take a picture of what you need. At the same time, I'm trying to hope that my cat doesn't tear up my bag. Stop it. Okay, so on these type of problems, keep in mind that you have to use the numbers that are there, and you have to show me the work and the properties, otherwise it will not count. So you have to use those, and you have to kind of go from there. There's four properties we're working from. You've seen them on the board. I'm just going to go over them. I might write them at the end, but we'll kind of do from that. All right. So I want everything in terms of log 6 or log 15. Log base 10 6, log base 10 15. So what I can do here is when I see divide, I need to split that up. I need to get just to log 6 and log 15, and divide is to subtract. So log 6 minus log 15, base 10, of course. So I can do base 10. There you go. And now that I can do that, I can put the decimals in their place and say 0.7782 minus the 1.1761. And then when I do that, I can come up with the answer and get the answer that I would need, which in this case would be negative 0.3979. Again, you have to show me these steps or it will not count. Is that clear? Clear. All right, next one. Okay, so when you see decimals or fractions, you got to think that you're going to be subtracting. If you just see a regular number, think that had to be multiplied. So how do I get 90? Well, again, it has to be in terms of 6 and 15, so maybe divide one of those into it, and what you would find out is that 90 is 6 times 15, which means I can rewrite that as log 6, log base 10 6, plus log base 10 15, and say 0.7782 plus 1.1761, and get for an answer, you can get for an answer 1.9543. Okay, and that's that on those. All right, so the rest of them I can kind of tell you without having to take a picture. So let me go through the next step. All right, so for number 3, whoopsie. For number 3, I've got log base 10 of 2.5. Okay, so if you use the calculator and go menu, and then press enter, it will tell you that 2.5 is 5 over 2. So this is log base 10 of 5 over 2. Now, from there, okay, well, again, I need this in terms of 15 and 6. So you can try like dividing 6 and 15 or 15 over 6 and into the calculator. And when you do that, guess what? 15 over 6 will transform to 5 over 2. So I can think of this as log base 10 15 divided by 6, which means I can say log base 10 15 minus log base 10 6. And thus I can say put in the decimals and 1761 minus the 7782 and get your answer in this case, which would be positive 3979. Oopsie. Oh, that's just horrible. Let's try writing that better. Okay, 3979. That's much better, and it's a positive. And there you go. All right, dang that, I hate it when I do that. Number 4, log base 10 540. I think the easiest way to do this is, again, keep in mind that you want it in terms of 6 and 15. So maybe you try dividing one of those numbers into it. For some reason, a lot of y'all kept telling me 15. So I'm going to go with the fact that, we'll go with 15. Okay, 15 will give you 36. Okay, so that means I can write this one as log 10 15 plus, and then, well, let's think. 6 is 6 times 6. So that means I can say plus log 10 6 plus another log 10 6. To cover both of those 6's. Now that means I can put in the decimal 1.761 plus 0.7782 plus another 0.7782 to get an answer of 2.7 3, 2, 5. Yippee and yay. That was easy. All right. So number 5. Ooh, me liking number 5. I will definitely like to try to work in number 5. Okay. 1 over 6. So the idea there is, notice that it says 1 over. Anytime you have a number 1 over, then that means that that's the same as having that number to the negative 1 power. So log 10, 6 to the negative 1 power, which we can use the power property to bring this back to the front and say negative 1 times log base 6, or log 10 base, or log base 10 of 6, and then I can plug in the number times 0.7782, and then that gives me a final answer of negative 0.7782. And there we go with those answers. Simple, easy peasy. I know I'm doing so much to help you. I know y'all will do so well. Next problem. All right, so now I want to solve. So number 6, how do I solve? Kind of keep them easy. Remember, the basic rule is get everything inside the logs and then try to get rid of the logs. Okay, so like on number 6, log base 7 of n is equal to 3/5 log base 7 of 32. Okay, so now I want to move that inside, and so I need this one inside, like this 3/5 inside. So I'm going to move it in using the power property, kind of in reverse. Log base 7 of n is equal to log base 7 of 32 to the 3/5 power. Now I have a single log, everything's inside on each side. Cancel out the logs, and you're saying n is equal to 32 to the 3/5, which you can type into the calculator to get a final answer of 8. Yay! That one's kind of easy. Next one. Okay, so I want to get rid of here, but before, okay, everything is inside the logs, but you can't get rid of log 8 just like that. You have to be able to say, you have to have a single log on each side. So how do I join these two logs? Well, because of that minus, I can show divide. So I'm saying log 8 b minus 7 divided by b minus 2 equals log base 8 of 3. All right. So now I can get rid of the logs and say b minus 7 over b minus 2 is equal to 3, and then distribute or multiply to get rid of the fraction. So I'm saying here b minus 2, okay, times 3, so I have b minus 7 is equal to b minus 7 is equal to 3b minus 6, so I'm saying 3 times b, 3 times 2. Then again, variables to the left, numbers to the right. So I have 1 minus 3b, which is negative 2b. Add 7 over here, and you get 1. And then you can divide by negative 2. And you get b is equal to negative 1/2. And there you go. So easy, I know. Okay, so for problem number 8, we want to make sure we join the logs together. So I want to join these together by, since it's plus, that means I can multiply. Always make sure that you do this after you make sure there's no numbers in front. So now I have 4 times h, which is 4h, equals 2. Now there's a special prop. Notice, this one has a log only on one side. When there's a log only on one side, you take the base and make everything into like an exponent. That way the 5 and log 5 cancel each other out, leaving you 4h equals 5 squared, which is 25. Divide by 4, and you get your answer of 25 over 4. Easy peasy, I know. Again, notice on number 9, they're separated. You got to join them together. This is a minus, so I need to divide. So I got log 7 of 32 divided by w is equal to log 7 of 8. And then that means I can drop the logs and say 32w divided by w is equal to 8. You can multiply by w to get rid of the fraction. So you're saying 32 is equal to 8w. Divide by 8, and you get w is equal to 4. So again, most of these should not be very difficult. Okay, on 10 and 11, it will say equivalent. Those directions there say equivalent. So you want to like say somehow change the look. So if it says ln, you're trying to get rid of the ln and write them in terms of e. So how do I get rid of ln? Put an e next to it like that. They would cancel out, leaving you 18 is equal to e to 3x. And you could have them in like say e to 3x equals 18, same thing. On 11, I want to get rid of the e and write it in terms of ln, natural log. So I put them there together like this. They would cancel out, leave me 5 is equal to the natural log of x minus 5. And there you go. Simple as that. Easy, easy, I know. All right. So 12 and 13, you want to write them together as single logarithms. So you start moving things in. When you have numbers in front, they move in to become exponents. So this would become natural log of 8 squared minus natural log of 4 cubed. Then because of the minus, I want to show division. So natural log of 8 squared minus 4 cubed. Type just this into the calculator. 8 squared divided by 4 cubed will give you an answer of 1. So there you go. You write it as a single logarithm, natural log of 1. Over here, again, same thing. Bring the numbers that are in front inside. Plus natural log of x squared. And then go ahead and combine them by multiplying. So natural log of 4 cubed times x squared. And 4 cubed is 64. So I can write that as 64x squared. Again, very simple, nothing difficult. Should hopefully be fairly easy. Okay, so problems like 14, 15, and 16 where you're trying to solve. You're trying to get the e all by its little lonesome. If the e is all by itself, then you can put a natural log next to it to get rid of it. But that means you're putting it to both sides. So like on this one, on number 14, I can see e to the x is all by its lonesome. So I can say natural log of e to the x is equal to the natural log of 1.1. Okay? Natural log and e cancel each other out, leaving you an x equal to the natural log of 1.1. And that's what you would type into the calculator to get an answer of 0.095, which if I had to round it off to the nearest hundredth, like I had asked in the directions, that would be 0.10. Okay? 15, let's look at that one and compare it to 14. So I'm going to have it right next to it. So 2e to the x minus 1 equals 9. Here, e to the x is not by itself. So I need to separate these other things away from it. What's the opposite of a minus 1? Odd 1. Very good. Y'all are doing so well. I know. Alrighty. So now next, then what can I do with the 2? I can get rid of it by dividing. So I now have e to the x is equal to 5. Now I have e to the x all by itself. Now I'm like where I was at 14. So now I can put the ln here and here and get x, because the natural log and the e cancel each other out, equals natural log of 5. Type that into the calculator and you get an answer that is approximately 1.61. Fairly easy, I know. And I know y'all will show me that y'all can do this so well and have this on a note card. Oh, I should have y'all have a secret word for today. And I honestly do not have an idea of what could your secret word be. I'll think of something in a second. Anyways, here we got 3e to the 4x equals 27. Okay, so again, notice here, you do have something outside of the e. Got to get e by itself. I'm not worrying about the exponent. I'm worrying about the numbers away from it, or outside. So how do I get rid of the 3? I divide. I now have e to the 4x equals 9. Now I can say natural log. These cancel. 4x equals natural log of 9. Then I can divide by 4 and get for the calculator. Now be careful how you type that in the calculator. Make sure, like you say, like natural log and close the parentheses, then hit divide by 4, or press to do natural log, press enter, then say divide by 4. And literally, I mean, press enter and then press divide and then 4, and you would have the correct answer there, which in this case is 0.55. And bada bing, bada boom, there you go. So now we're ready for the last 3 problems. Oh my gosh, this is such a long review, but we're getting there. Okay, so 17 and 18, I want them together because they're both by themselves, or in the sense that the natural log. We want, when you solve for here, you want to be able to get rid of the natural log. You want to make sure everything is inside the natural log by itself. So again, put e here. When you do that, that gets rid of this. Leave me x minus 5 is equal to e to the 3rd power. Add 5 to both sides. So I can type into the calculator e to the 3rd power plus 5, press enter, and get my answer, which in this case should be 25.09. Okay, now if I go over to 18, same idea, put the e. So now I'm saying 7x is equal to e to the 4th. Then you can divide by 7. And you get x is equal to approximately, and this is what you would type into the calculator, e to the 4th divided by 7, and you should get approximately 7.80. Obviously that means that rounded off because that was probably like 7.79 something and then rounded off. Okay, so let's look at the final problem, number 19. This is a fun one. And of course, when I mean by fun, it's challenging. But let's start off with this. Equals 5. Again, you want natural logs to, you only want to be one natural log, so you have to join these two. That means you got to multiply. 4 times 2 is 8. X times x is x squared. Now I can go ahead and say e. So now I'm saying 8x squared is equal to e to the 5th power. Get rid of the 8 by dividing by 2, or dividing by 8. I don't know why I said dividing by 2. That was just a wee bit off. And then I can take the square root. When I take the square root, this is what you would type into the calculator. X is equal to, you would type in square root, e to the 5th. You can type this all in at once, like that. When you press enter, you will get your answer. And so your answer should be approximately 4.31. There you go. That's the test. You should be ready. I've given you answers for the review on PDF and also the worksheets that we've been working on. I know y'all will be amazing, and so we'll go with that. And there's your secret word for today. Amazing. All right, y'all do good. I'll see y'all later. Y'all take care. Thank you.